Hi friends, welcome to Lotus in the Light. Spirit's given me a message that they want me to share. And the message is, if you will let me heal you, I will. If you will let me heal you, I can. And some of you might be listening to that and saying, are you saying that God or Spirit or the universe or my higher self is saying that it can heal me? Or are you, Jennifer, saying, if you let me, you can heal me? And my answer is yes. It's yes to both. And here's the next phase of that, because some of you are probably thinking, boy, she's a real arrogant SOB, isn't she? Thinking she can heal me. But here's the thing, I can. And so can you. And what I would say is, whatever your ailment, this could be a physical ailment, it could be a mental ailment, whatever sickness you have is just a manifestation of something going on energetically, something going on emotionally. You have stored trauma in your body. You have energy stored in your body that doesn't belong there, because your body is meant to be a conduit for energy to flow through. It is not meant to be a storage house for energy. So that blocked energy that's stuck in your body creates disease, and it gets stuck when we cling to it, when we hold on to it, when we don't let it flow through. And that ultimately creates disease. But here's the thing, whatever you think will work, every medicine, every therapy treatment, every healing guru, every, however you frame God, every doctor, every medicine, every exercise regimen, every green smoothie, every kale chip, every whatever it is that you think can heal you, salts, salt treatments, or homeopathic remedies, it doesn't matter what it is, crystals, I mean, you name it, we've all got different remedies for things, right, that we believe in. And that's the key. If you believe it will heal you, or they will heal you, whatever, if you believe the thing, the experience, the person can heal you, it can. Because what you're doing with that belief is unlocking the cell door to those trapped emotions. Now, once you believe it, what that will allow is it will now allow those emotions to flow and flow through and out of your body, so that you can bring healing to your body or to your mind, again, depending on what your ailment is. And so that's going to come with a lot of emotions. There's probably going to be some turmoil. You're going through some, you're just going to experience a lot of emotional days that you might not be able to explain. Like, why am I so sad? Why am I so angry? Why am I crying all the time? Why am I whatever? Because you're allowing those emotions to now come forth to the surface, so that they can flow on through. Okay, so it will be an emotional experience, even if what you're healing from is more physical or whatever. But that's the key. The key is that you are healing yourself. The modality you choose to believe in is just the placebo effect. It's just the permission slip that you have said in your human thinking mind, who has limited perspective, but your thinking mind, you have concluded through whatever reason, logic, faith, whatever it is, you've concluded in this mind that I am allowed to heal through this modality. I'm allowed to heal myself as long as I think it's happening through this thing here. And so whatever you've put your faith in will ultimately allow you to heal if you really have that belief in it. But the ultimate power in healing is realizing that it's all you. And you don't need anything outside of you ever to heal. But it's okay if your belief system doesn't get you there yet. It is okay to turn to these alternatives, whatever it is. And it might even be things that the world says you shouldn't do, right? So maybe it's not even healing from a disease. Maybe it's finding peace. And what am I doing in my life to find peace? And some people might find really healthy ways to do it, and some people might find really unhealthy ways to do it. But ultimately, it's any way outside of you is not the ultimate way. It's just the way that's like the placeholder until you wake up to the fact that all of that really sits within you. The power is within you. Okay, that's it. And I'm doing this from the car, so I don't even have a card to turn or flip. Maybe I'll layer one in when I get inside later. So I love you all. I hope that this is helpful for you, and I hope it helps you on your healing journey. Peace out. Hey friends, okay, I'm going to close this out, and I was immediately drawn to one of my new decks, the Mystical Shaman Oracle. So I have not used this deck. I've energy cleansed it, and I've given it a little shuffle before, but give it another shuffle. I also want to say, I I don't want to lose sight of the fact, and I feel like it deserves a mention, that in this physical reality, sometimes we don't get to experience the full physical healing in this lifetime um, that we seek. And so I do want to recognize that. And there could be many reasons for that, some of which could be tied directly to the topic we're talking about, which is our belief systems and how our belief systems impact our ability to heal. But there is more to it than that. So I don't want to, well, there's our card. I don't want to dumb it down too much, but I do just want to simply say that you come here sometimes, not sometimes, but when we come here, we come here with some specific things that we want to experience and with some specific agreements called soul contracts that you come here with. So a part of that for some people, not for all, because in most cases we have free will, right? We can direct our lives the way we see fit. But there are cases where we have agreed before coming here that these things will happen. And one of those could be the way you choose to leave this earthly life. In which case, if you have predetermined, sorry, I'm just looking up because this card has an online guidebook. So I'm just going to go ahead and start pulling up that guidebook. But we don't know what we've agreed to in those soul contracts, and that certainly would impact our ability to heal. Here I am scrolling through here like I know what I'm looking for. I haven't even looked at the card yet. Okay. And what we get water. Okay. This is absolutely perfect. Water, number 61, which breaks down to a 7, direct message from spirit. What this says to me, water is all about our all about our existence, our life, our health, our wholeness, our healing ability, because water is the essence of everything in the physical, right? If you think about before something exists, water is necessary. Water is necessary to create life in this physical existence. Water is necessary to sustain life in this physical existence. And water is necessary to bring anything through its physical healing process as well. It's just a fundamental component of who we are, and in that physical sense and in that energetic sense as well. There's just a healing power. Water is a very important component. And water also just speaks to the flow of our energy and our it models what it looks like to go with the flow of life, to go to trust, to surrender, right? Water is the epitome of surrender, right? It just goes with the motion, it goes with the cycles, and goes with the current of life, and it does not resist. And when we stop resisting, we come into our fullness, our wholeness, which is wellness, because we are by design whole and well. It is only when we forget who we are and we separate from ourselves that we become sick, that we are even capable of becoming sick. And just like you see in water, you'll see waves rise, but they fall quickly, right? So it's like the water separates from itself long enough to remember who it is and where home is, and comes back home, right? And so that's really what we're here to do in this life, is forget for a minute who we are so that we can then come back. So that we can come back to who we are with a new understanding of how beautiful we are and how beautiful this creation is. Sorry, I'm dragging this out because I can't find the card. Oh, okay, here we go. Finding numbers now. 60, 61. Okay, no wonder this thing is so tiny. Okay, let me turn it this way. Oh, I hope that doesn't mean I have to go find it all over again. Sure does. Apologies. 51 and can't find a number right there. Somebody give me a number. 60. Okay, we're close. We're close. 61, water. Okay, water symbolizes purification, regeneration, birth, revival, and cleansing. It signifies an evolutionary change of the self. That's healing. Um, let's see, many myths, or depending on your faith system, may not be a myth at all, but I'll say many stories around the world speak of a great flood and the new life that emerges after a deluge. The water, it begins without limits. Then, as soon as the shape separates from the water, it falls under the laws of time and life, acquiring limitations. When the water arrives, you are invited to observe your emotions. Be aware that they will be changeable and they do not settle for a conclusion this moment. If you feel joy, feel that completely. If you feel sad, let the sadness pass through you. The water invites you to see the flow of and ebb of events and trust that you can ride the wave of opportunity when it rises. The natural flow is here. Go with it. And under medicine, it says, this is a time to cleanse unwanted energy and sticky feelings. Consider this. What water does to the meat, it is done in a sacred ritual to the spirit. Spiritual cleansing, like baptism, is the opportunity to gain an experience snapshot of the timeless and extraordinary reality in which all true creation takes place. Now is also a moment that is pregnant with potential for you. Carl Jung spoke about maternal and motherly meaning of water as a universal symbol. Water represents the potentiality of existence. It precedes and sustains every creation. The emergence of its manifestation, immersion in it, is the delusion of form. Because of this, it symbolizes regeneration. Clear the way for the process. You can expect it to be messy and worse, but worse. Interesting. So you can expect it to be messy. That's what I was saying. You can expect the emotions, but the process internal will bring about that regeneration and that healing. What a great card. Thank you for being with me. Peace out. Have a great day.